On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks get absolutely robbed. What is the NBA doing? We'll talk about that and more. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
Zone 5. Nick, that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac.
You are Locked On Mavs.
Great,
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 if you win. You get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
That was just such a bizarre game, like for a lot of different reasons. I see a team that's just, without a lot of guys, and they're just not very good. And the NBA, like these self-inflicted wounds the NBA gives itself on a daily basis, I don't understand at all, and I never will.
We'll talk about the weirdness of this NBA game, all the free throws and stoppages and the late start and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about Naji Marshall having himself a minute. We'll talk about D'Angelo Russell having himself a third quarter, maybe the best quarter a Maverick has played this season. We'll talk about all kinds of things. But let's start here because the Mavs didn't have Cooper Flagg, didn't have Anthony Davis, didn't have Caleb Martin in this game. Didn't have Kyrie Irving, obviously.
Owen winless without Caleb Martin this year.
I'm 0-1. I mean, he's probably gotten DNP.
I was about to say, actually,
I don't know his game logs off the top of my head.
That might not be true.
I don't know his game logs off the top of my head. But the Mavs, they fight. Like, this team does fight. They've got fighters. They've got guys that will, go out there. Naji Marshall will go out there and compete. PJ Washington, go out there and compete. I thought Dereck Lively was really good competing in this game. Even in the limited minutes he was allowed to play because of his minutes restriction. And you get to the final call there. You walk down this whole thing where the Mavs going back and forth. Mavs have a lead, then the Knicks take it away, and then you get free throws back and forth. The Mavs, their final offense in this game was like atrocious in the final minutes, as you would expect it. Naji gets a layup after a steal with 4:39 left. That is the last field goal they scored in this entire game with 4:39 left in the game. You get Gafford, he gets fouled, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. PJ, he gets fouled, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. D'Angelo Russell, he gets fouled, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. PJ then gets fouled, he hits 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and you get one miss from Jalen Brunson, which kept you alive after Shamet and Mitchell Robinson both missed both of their free throws when they got fouled.
You're missing the one trip PJ went 2 for 2. He was supposed to go 1 for 2.
Oh, that's true. With 6 seconds left, PJ makes the second one after Kidd put Lively and Gafford back into the game to get the rebound. He makes the second one when he wasn't supposed to. But anyway, the Mavs get a chance still because Brunson misses a free throw, and you go out there, Brandon Williams gets a drive to the basket, and they call a hooking foul on him. They call a hooking foul, an offensive foul, where the offensive player literally puts their arm around the other and does a swim move around the defender, and Shamet gets that call, and Brandon Williams made the layup. It probably could have been an and one for him. That he could have gone to the line for the win there. I thought the Mavs got robbed because you don't call that on any other part of the game. Like, they don't call hooking fouls that often in the NBA. We're calling for it all the time. I remember during the Mavs Clippers series where we were just like, Kawhi Leonard could get that call every single time down the floor. There's superstars that have that, that hook or throw their arm back, or just they look like they're just putting their arm back to balance, and it's really like pushing pushing the defender out of the way. But they call it with 3 seconds left, and that ends the game. Ugh, just what a disappointing ending to this one. I think the Mavs got robbed in this one.
Yeah, I mean it was a hook for sure. He hooked him.
He did.
So by the letter of the law, it was a foul. But the thing is, when they show these slow down replays, and it's like, all right, well, Landry Shamet's bumping him over and over and over on the drive. Like, that's foul. Probably wouldn't have been an and one if they called that bump. But if you're going to ignore those bumps, then just ignore the hook. You
got to ignore both.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, this game, the NBA, dude, I don't. It's the best professional sports product. You watch the NFL. The NFL is dreadfully bad. All right, watch any primetime NFL game. It's the worst game with some quarterbacks that you swear your middle school B team quarterback is better than with a better offensive line play. Like,
oh, dude, we had this guy in middle school that you wouldn't believe. Everybody has that story of like that one athlete at their school.
I was the quarterback of my middle school team.
I bet you were.
We scored 0 touchdowns my entire 2-year career. I'm not even joking.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Well, I swear to you, let me rephrase that. I never had a passing touchdown or a rushing touchdown, and I started every game. All right. So, anyways, sorry for that tangent. But this game starts so late.
That was slightly lower. I did not expect to get to that.
This game's scheduled tip-off time at 8:30. I don't care if it's on ESPN back-to-back, man. Enough of these late local times for home teams. Like, I get it if you're on a West Coast trip, but, like, a home team should not have an 8, especially when you're going to start 20 minutes past scheduled tip. This game literally started at 8:50. It's insanity. And then you had free throws down the stretch, stoppages down the stretch, a free throw, a foul, intentional foul up 3. Nobody wants that in the game at all. And then a bad officiating at the end to end it.
Just 65 total free throws in this game.
Yeah, and I want to be clear, like, yeah, the Mavericks have heart. Props to them. Like, they played hard tonight, 100%. Like, we're not going to sit here and like blast anybody. Dude, the Knicks, if we were a Knicks show, we would say you are going to lose a ton of games if that's how you play. Like, their process was okay. They just missed a lot of threes. That free throw shooting was diabolical.
19 of 35. That's 54%. You had Towns miss 4. You had Mitchell Robinson missed 5, which you kind of expect. You had Landry Shamet miss 2. Brunson missed 2. Like, just all across the board, everybody missed some.
Yeah, and do you have in front of you the game logs on their free throws at the end of the game? It was an 0 for 2 trip from Shamet, 0 for 2 from Mitchell Robinson.
1 for 2 from Brunson. That could have won the game right there, but then tough. Their offensive rating was 114. They are the third best offense in the NBA. They usually have 122, and they were 114 in this game. And so if you're going to take anything away from it, like, the Mavs' scrappy defense really gave them problems.
Yeah. Mavs defensively played well tonight. I mean, it's hard. You get into this game, and it's clear as day. You mentioned it. Their offense late in the game, like, they don't have a guy. They don't have a closer. No. Obviously, Kyrie's that guy for you. I mean, AD could be that guy for you. The guy that's been for the last week or two has been Cooper Flagg. So that guy's out for you as well. And, you could just tell turnovers late, bad offensive process, bad shots. They just don't have the guy, and we knew that coming into the game.
No, and I'm not mad at the Mavs for not having that, right? Like, I'm not even mad at their process for their offense most of the time. Mavs actually hit threes in this game. They were 16 of 44. That's the second most threes they've made in a game this season.
Dang, 44 threes. Is that the most they've put up?
I don't know if I have that in front of me. But man, I mean, you just take some of the games that we saw, the D'Angelo Russell game, the Naji Marshall game. Like, these guys fought against a good team in the Knicks who did not play very well at all, and I think part of it was because the Mavs were giving them trouble. Their defense, you got a lot of, like, switchy wings, like, big guys, smart defenders, and I thought Dereck Lively in his 18 minutes, he could only play that because of his minutes restriction still. He didn't play in the last game. He's been coming back from this knee sprain. He was a plus 10 in the minutes that he played, and he had 10 rebounds. He had 3 blocks. He had 5 offensive rebounds and 5 defensive rebounds, and he only had 1 foul, which is something we've been watching with him. Like, hey, can you stay out of foul trouble? Can you stay healthy and stay out of foul trouble? The 2 asks of Dereck Lively right now, and he answered both those tonight. And just the Tyson tip outs from him, where he just tips the ball for an offensive rebound, were massive. I thought those were like those are essentially defensive plays for the Mavericks, because you're keeping yourself on offense and you're giving yourself an extra possession there. And I thought Lively was just awesome. Like, it was a good reminder game of, like, oh yeah, this guy is special and he's really, really good at what he does, and the Mavs need him to be that going forward.
Yeah, I mean, their Mavs rim deterrence tonight was fantastic. They did a really good job of limiting shots at the rim, and I thought, you saw some of those defensive sequences that we've seen in years past in this Jason Kidd defense, where it's like, figure out who the non-shooters are on the other team, help off. We're not giving up drives. We're not giving up shots at the rim. And you saw that with Josh Hart. I mean, they weren't even like, there were plays down the stretch where they were not even guarding Josh Hart. Like, Josh Hart had an open runway, and the Mavs started double teaming the Knicks, and the Knicks, I think, smartly brought up Hart's defender for screens every single time, with the idea being, you're going to double team Brunson and we're going to give Josh Hart kind of a runway. And the Knicks shoot a ton of threes. That's been like one of their ginormous adjustments this year. I mean, they put up a huge volume of threes with this new offense. They space the floor, and so they just didn't have a great 3-point shooting night. I thought they got pretty good looks, truth be told. But yeah, I mean, I thought the Mavs did play good defensively though, and it was the idea of the rim deterrence that you sort of were sold coming into the season.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw what this team could be defensively, and they don't even have like two of their best defensive players in AD and Cooper Flagg, who's been really good this season. Coming up, D'Angelo Russell. His third quarter was something I thought we'd see so much more of from him this year. Was it the best quarter I've seen from a Mavericks player? I'll tell you, coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Quo. Let's talk about something every business owner knows all too well. Missed calls, missed opportunities, missed things. When a customer tries to reach out to you and can't get through, that's money slipping through your fingers. With Quo, it's spelled Q-U-O. It's a smarter way to run your business communication so you never miss an opportunity. It's the #1 phone business system built for 2025, not 1995. No need for those voicemails with you have to leave you have to leave a message on there and you record it over and over again, then the tape runs out and all. It's simple, modern, and designed to help you communicate faster, look more professional, and stay connected wherever you're working. Gotta love that Quo works right from an app on your computer or phone. No extra devices, no clunky landlines, things like that. They have the built-in AI. It's a game changer. It logs your calls, writes summaries, even sets up follow-up things automatically for you. Over 90,000 businesses already trust Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/LockedOnNBA. That's QUO.com/LockedOnNBA. And yes, you can even keep your existing number. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Also brought to you by Rugiet. The Knicks, I bet, are going to make a bunch of excuses for tonight's game. You could say, we were tired. Brunson just come off an injury. It's just not working like used to, that ankle. And you could be making excuses in your life. I'm tired. It happens to everybody sometimes. When it comes to performance, sometimes your body just needs a little extra help, a little extra support, or maybe you're just like, hey, I want a little boost. That's where Rugiet comes in. Rugiet.com offers fast-acting doctor-prescribed treatments for ED designed to help you stop making excuses and start making moves. Makes it easy to get started. You just connect the board-certified doctor 100% online. No awkward waiting rooms, no in-person appointments or anything like that. You can get your package, delivered discreetly to you if you get prescribed and all that. Visit Rugiet, RUGIET.com/LockedOnNBA. Get 15% off your first order. That's Rugiet.com/LockedOnNBA, RUGIET, Rugiet. And don't forget to use that code LockedOnNBA, all one word, LockedOnNBA, Rugiet. Stop making excuses and start making moves.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. We appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show and listening. Check the QR code, links in the description for different ways to follow the show and find us. Bonus episodes happening all the time around here. I think I'm going to do a bonus one today on Mark Cuban and him saying that the Mavs aren't trading Anthony Davis. Wow. Do you believe him slightly?
No.
Neither do I. And I'll tell you why a little bit later today. All kinds of stuff like that. So check the links in the description. Also, the text line to, and the music stuff, the text line to subscribe to that and to get notes and alerts from us all the time. All right, Slightly. I want to talk about D'Angelo Russell's third quarter because I thought it was pretty special. 14 points, 2 assists, and it was just a scoring in bunches that I thought we would get from him, where you're just like, all right, the Knicks are playing this drop coverage. They're playing Towns at center. Go and take advantage of them. Go and get some buckets. Go and get some mid-range shots. Go and hit some threes. They needed that I feel like every fourth game, if Anthony Davis was healthy, they would need a quarter like this from D'Angelo Russell. And that was the ask of D'Angelo Russell. And now it has become so much more because the Mavs just don't have any guards. They don't have any, playmaking really. It feels like at times in these games they just run out lineups and you go, ooh, who is making moves in this lineup? And I thought it was great to see D'Angelo Russell. Maybe he's finding his way in this lineup, or maybe it was just a good night for him. But I think they needed that really badly.
Yeah, well, I mean, he hit shots like we said. He was 3 of his last 30 from 3 entering this game. So just naturally, making shots is going to make everything look better. Truthfully, I don't know if I saw necessarily anything different other than, again, just making shots, which is what he was brought in here to do. And it's he hadn't been doing that up until this point. So, yeah, when he makes shots, it is much needed. And yeah, if you could consistently rely on this, then that would definitely change the outlook of this team in a lot of ways. But yeah, it's the experience, it's the D'Lo experience. If you didn't know, now you know. This is it. There's highs and there's lows. It's D'Lo.
Does the low stand for lows?
Yeah, maybe.
No,
D'Lo.
I just didn't think that the lows would be this long. Like the lows are like a week, like a whole week, where you're just like, I don't know what we're getting from him.
I'd have to imagine 3 of 30 is one of the worst shooting stretches of his career. I mean, I'd have to imagine.
That was brutal. But tonight, 23 points, 7 assists, 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
that's a good line. 4 of 7, hit 4 threes, 9 of 15 from the field. Like the Mavs won his minutes by 13. Like he was the catalyst, and the Mavs offense was not good in this game. What they finished with 109 offensive rating, which is not one of their worst games, which is kind of wild. But they
that sounds like one of their best.
probably is. But the you'll take that from the Mavs, and he was a catalyst in actually making that happen. It's not 14 points is not the most points scored in a quarter this season for the Mavericks. Jaden Hardy's 17 points in the fourth quarter against the Timberwolves.
That's great.
Was the most, but 14 is the next most. And then guess who scored 13 in a quarter earlier this season?
Coop.
D'Angelo Russell against the Pistons. So he has the 2 highest scoring quarters of basketball that counted this season.
Yep. That was the 4th best offensive game this season for the Mavs.
That's not good.
And this was a 35th percentile offensive game across the league. So this kind of speaks to where we're at.
That hurt my brain thinking about how that can be possible for a professional
it ain't
basketball
good.
NBA team that expected to be winning this season.
No back-to-back wins yet. Man, 4-12.
4-12. I haven't done the stat yet. Isaac was making fun of me for the stat teams that start 4-11.
You are reaching we've talked about it before, but you really are approaching unsalvageable territory.
Already.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stat 4-11 was 124 teams have started 4-11 since 2000, and only 8 have made the playoffs. And one of them was the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And that was the only West team, and that was the Pelicans from 2 years ago, and they were 36-46.
This would have been a really nice win, because if you won this game, you've got New Orleans and Memphis next.
Yeah,
if you could have talked yourself into wins there, you could have been 7-11.
7-11.
That's doable.
Maybe by then, maybe AD is working his way back, and they're like, "Hey, he's got to build up some trade value. Let's get him back."
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I did a thing on Bleacher Report today where I'm just like, if you're gonna, because all these reports came out like a avalanche today, where it was they're looking at D'Lo, they're gonna trade AD, and then Cuban came out and was like, no, we're not gonna trade AD, and then Shams went on ESPN before the game was like, they're gonna trade AD.
The Shams report though made it sound like they were gonna play AD.
But then didn't he also say in the report that they were gonna look to shop him?
They definitely shop him, but then he was like, "There's a lot of evaluation that has to go on with the Mavericks on the court," and I was like, "So does that mean they're going to play him, or are they holding him out?" Well, there's so many different weird things with all this.
Yeah, there
going
is.
on.
It is bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. But my thing was, if you're going to do that, you need to do it quick. Usually you don't see trades like this early, right? Very, very rarely do you see trades, and I don't know if I've ever seen a selling or anything like that this early in the season. I don't know if it's ever happened, but I mean, the Sixers traded James Harden, or was that the Nets when the Nets traded? No, the Nets. Yeah, the Sixers traded James Harden to the Clippers very early in the season, but this is a different thing entirely. I just don't want. I don't want trade rumors and speculation to hover over this team for months. I feel like the vibes have already been so bad. At some point, we just need to figure out your direction and just be like, all right, Coop, this is our direction, dude. I promise you it's not going to be this horrible always.
November 1st, James Harden traded by the Sixers to the Clippers.
But he had a whole offseason saga.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, did AD not?
No, there was never I don't think, there was people who wanted AD traded, don't get me wrong, but it would have been shocking if
it was not like Harden. It was not like Harden's at all. It was not like Harden's at all. AD has not signaled or anything that he wants to be traded in any way yet. And
True.
so I'm obviously joking about that. Yeah, they just have a choice to make. They have a choice to make, and we'll see what choice they make. But coming up, I want to talk about Naji. I want to talk about a couple things we saw from other guys like Max Christie and Brandon Williams. We'll get into that coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Skims, the underwear that's covering my butt right now. Gotta love Skims. I love the way that they feel. They're my first choice. After you do laundry, you know how you have the clothes that are like your first choice where you're like, all right, I'm going for that first. That's my first grab. Skims, always my first grab. And if I run out of them, it makes me think about, man, I should probably do laundry. That shows you how good of a piece of clothing that is. Skims has all kinds of things that you can get. Obviously, they have the women's line too, but they have the men's line that you can get all kinds of different things. I love the fit and the fabric, soft, supportive, comfortable all day long. They have right now their holiday deal going on. Their holiday shop is open right now, so you can go to shop men's at skims.com, skims.com, and you place your order, choose podcast in the post-purchase survey, and select our show from the drop-down menu so that they know that we sent you and we can get credit for it. Shop Skims at Skims Holiday Shop. It's skims.com. It's open right now, so if you're looking for the perfect gift this season, Skims has you covered just like they got my ass covered. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs also brought to you by Skims. I'm sorry if you didn't want me to say ass. FanDuel. Go check out FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All kinds of things happening over on FanDuel. You can go see the odds on every game happening across the league, and if you are an NFL person, you can go see odds for that too. Let's see. We've got Nuggets, Rockets, another game coming up. That is an interesting one. Rockets, 2-point favorite at home. So that is not very high odds, and I'm surprised the Rockets are favored, but they are at home. So that's an interesting one. All kinds of things. If you're really confident in anything on FanDuel and you're a new customer, you've never done it before, put down $5 on that thing, whatever it is, like really confident. $5, you win $300 in bonus bets if that one wins. So go check it out. Head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Please gamble responsibly.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Slightly, talking about this Mavs loss to the Knicks. Can we talk more about how the Knicks should be really embarrassed about this game? You came in, and Brunson, yes, is coming off the injury, but they should have won this game by more. This was not an encouraging win. I guess a dub is a dub no matter what, but oof.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got a lot of pretty good looks from three, but there's a horrible shoot. I mean, the free throws, that was a debacle down the stretch of that game. And it's kind of this double-edged sword because, like, you want Mitchell Robinson's rebounding out there, obviously, because he's one of the best in the league, but he's also one of the absolute worst, most helpless free throw shooters in the league. So that's the risk you run, and it almost bit them big time. But, yeah, I mean, not the best performance. Brunson's first game in, what, a week or two?
Yeah, he's been out a little while. He had that ankle was really wrapped up. I mean, it's like almost like he couldn't move it. But he had 28 points, 11 of 23 from the field. Like, just looked like Brunson, what we've seen from him.
He had some big shots late.
They also had a ton of fans here tonight. It's the one time the Knicks are going to play here, so obviously if you're a Knicks fan, you're coming here. But their chants were louder in the first quarter than Mavericks fans' chants were in the first quarter of this game. Like, it was a very tentative start from Mavericks fans. And every time Deuce McBride took a shot, Miles McBride took a shot, there would be a loud deuce. Like, you could just hear it, deuce. And he missed, like, his first 7.
Yeah.
So, like, every single time. It's like, man, it does sound like they're booing him.
He's got one of my favorite jumpers in the league.
It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun. That's a fun little thing that Knicks fans do. And it's cool when, like, fans in an away environment can do the things that their home crowd does, because you don't get to do those kind of things. I think that's fun.
So what is that? Is that New York transplants?
Must be, or just transplants or Knicks fans or.
Yeah. I mean, I know when the Knicks play the Heat, it's kind of crazy to watch because it sounds even louder than a Knicks home game sometimes.
I had that game for NBA game night the other day, and you're just like, oh my gosh, are there more Knicks fans here than Heat fans? You could just hear them.
There almost always is, and it's so loud.
Yeah, that one was absolutely wild. The fact that the Mavs had a lead in this game, like, Naji Marshall deserves a lot of credit. He had 15 points in the first half, and was finally hitting his threes. He had 3 threes in the first half. He was getting to the rim. He was 6 of 7 from the free throw line, And the Mavs needed that. They needed a little boost. I was wanting him to chuck a little bit more. Like, Naji, just give me a crazy Naji night. Only took 11 shots, but 23 points on 11 shots. Good night for Naji Marshall.
Yeah, he's kind of low-key a Knicks killer because he had that 30-point game against them last year, 38, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, he's been playing some legitimately good basketball over the last few games, and they've needed his scoring and everything off the bench. And it's what we saw from him at the tail end of last season, too. I mean, this is just who he is as a player. And, yeah, the three ball has been encouraging for him, too, this season. Like, if I'm, obviously, if this team were to turn good, he'd be a big piece for that. But he's at 26% from three this season. Feels like it's been better than that lately.
It feels like it's been better lately. But, yeah, I mean, they all started bad from three except for Max Christie.
Yeah, true. And he had a few threes tonight. Christie keeps it going.
Speaking of, 15 points, 3 of 6 from 3, 7 rebounds. Did have 3 turnovers, but he also got a steal. Is Max Christie untouchable to you? Like, as far as
no.
All right, let's stay away. Let's stay away from trading Max Christie. Let's just keep him and see what happens.
No, if you're committing to a trade, Cooper Flagg is the only untouchable player I have. Period.
Wow.
Now that's not saying I'm shopping guys, but there's not. I'm not saying I'm not closing the door on it. If somebody is just like, hey, we need the corner shooting and the deep, like, what do you like? What really would you take for Christie? Like 2 firsts? You'll do that? All right, we're in on that. Like, obviously that probably would never happen. But if someone came to you and said that, like,
yeah, I mean, I guess there's a difference between untouchable and like if you got a crazy offer, yes. But other than that, like, I'm not looking to move Max Christie. That's not on the list of like, all right, we're tanking and let's rebuild. Max Christie is not even anywhere close to the top of my list of.
No, I absolutely agree with you. But if I were hired as GM, which would be great date for this city,
submit your resume. Have you done it? Or actually, you're not a person that needs to submit a resume.
Correct. I've got a 3.5 hour long video detailing my 14-year career as the GM of this franchise on NBA 2K, where we won 12 rings.
Started when you were like 11.
12 championships. Asa Newell was the most winningest player in the history of the NBA.
Wow. Did the Mavs do a Hawks AD trade?
I don't remember the trade, but the Hawks won a championship in there, and then he came here, so he had 13 rings when he retired.
Better than Bill Russell.
Yes,
did not see the Asa Newell. Bill
he
Russell.
had his jersey retired, but yes,
no kidding.
Anyways, yes, and so did Chet Holmgren. So guys, a lot coming. That's good for this franchise. But no, what they're saying? Oh yeah, if I would tell opposing GMs like, hey, listen, you can't trade for Cooper, obviously, but like, don't tell anyone. But like, everyone else was pretty much, if you really want to send an offer in. And it's just the state of it.
That is the state of where the Mavs are right now. They don't have a GM right now, so they have two. They have co-GMs. Which every time I think about Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley, I think about Michael Scott, and I think about Jim Halpert in The Office when they were co-managers for like that one episode.
They
not work.
They need to figure this out as soon as possible.
Yep.
The stuff, and then on top of that, you have multiple different. I mean, I believe all the reports is like Kid wants in, Cuban wants in. You've got all like. I'm hopeful that Dumont, like, put your foot down and say, nope, we're listening to this guy and this guy's in, and what he says goes.
Da 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 da.
That's Game of Thrones, guys. I was wondering where that was going.
It is. That's what we're in right now. It's full Game of Thrones over here, and like everybody is like kind of looking around, like, all right, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna get in the vacuum of power? Because Dumont's ear apparently is open.
Yeah, and here's what terrifies me is clearly he's like, I'm just going to delegate all this stuff, like, whatever, Nico, I trust you, I believe in you, I don't want to interfere too much. Now I'm worried he's going to be very, very hesitant with just because if you hire Dennis Lindsey, that's who everyone wants, right? Okay, cool. Like, is it going to be Dennis Lindsey? But like, low key, it's like, if Kid doesn't like it, then Dumont's gonna be like, okay, then we won't do what you want. Well, or if Cuban doesn't like it, then okay. Like, now you're back where you were in 2018 when 12 different people had says.
Right. Yes. The overcorrection would be like basketball by committee, and then everybody has a say in some way. And so he's like, well, Kid doesn't want to do this, or Finley doesn't want to do this, or Cuban suggested that I shouldn't do this, and everybody has to say it. All of a sudden, guys are coming back out of the woodwork, and you're like, oh, all of a sudden, like, everybody has a say.
Yep.
Cooper Flagg weighed in on this deal. They don't want to do it. So,
Well, I'm okay with that one probably.
Anthony Davis has a say. Kyrie probably has a say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably 14, 15 people that are in Dumont's
Rich Paul
ear
probably
right now.
has a say. We've already heard the Rich Paul has the ear of Patrick Dumont report. Like that one is probably true, and that's an agent that doesn't work for the team.
Could this be a Pelinka situation? Like LeBron's on his way out. Maybe Rich Paul's like, I don't know how much I want to do the agent stuff anymore without LeBron. Like,
Ooh.
LeBron's my biggest leverage play.
Rich Paul becomes the GM of the Mavericks?
Jesus, that would just be something else, huh? Hey, it's work for Rob, huh? Everything just gets handed to him.
Oh, my gosh. Well, then he'd get out of the agent business, and then I don't know.
True.
Did the Mavs gain anything shoe-wise by having Nico Harrison? I don't think so. I don't know that the secondary benefit ever comes from the GM coming from somewhere else.
I mean, a lot of guys had signature shoes last year.
That's true. The Anta thing was big.
Luka, Clay, Kyrie. What, am I missing someone?
Well, Gafford is like getting a shoe. I don't know. I think it's like a PE with Anta, but
I could have sworn there was someone. Oh, Dinwiddie had his own shoe.
Yeah. The Anta. But this team that came here tonight hired an agent as their GM, and it worked out pretty well for them.
That's true. That is very true. All right.
Rich Paul, Maverick Carter as the assistant GM, LeBron as the face.
LeBron's on the team.
Probably
on a mid-level.
On a mid-level, but the Mavs are paying him under the table.
Yeah.
They have aspirations to pay him under the table.
Yeah, there you go. This is
who knows? The basketball cabinet though grows. We'll see the decisions the Mavericks make, but this one I thought it was a fun loss. Are you okay with a fun loss?
Not if Coop's not involved, to be honest.
But you want them to tank.
Well, not overly, but I understand their situation. I know it's untenable.
If this is the situation, that is a loss like this, like kind of,
For me, a fun tanking loss is like my rookies out there going crazy. Like, this is just like a sad state of affairs. But they did play hard. Like, I'm not like trying to poo-poo any of the guys. Like, they played hard out there. Man, I just can't believe we're at this stage, man. We're at the they played hard stage.
I know.
It's November 20th.
Still, we're 16 games into the season. There's 82 of these. Hey, there's 82 of these.
I know. It feels infantilizing too. Come on here, like, yeah, they went out there and they really tried.
I know it does. It does. We're like, oh, good job, guys. Good try. Like,
I mean, in years past, we come on here and be like, this team needs to figure out. They need to look at the mirror. And it's just.
Well, we would be doing that if they were healthy and we're still win now.
The Wizards game was it. Like, after that one, it was like, oh, okay.
That was it.
Like, got my anger out. It's like, oh, this is who they are. Like, they're bad.
We're like,
God. Put the alarms. DEFCON, what is it? DEFCON 1? Is that the worst one?
Yeah, it's 5 the lowest.
I think 5 is the
Is there a DEFCON 0? DEFCON Max Christie is double zero. DEFCON 00?
Maybe.
I'd never learned so much about a team after 2 games.
Yeah.
than the Mavs.
I mean, the Spurs one, you can be like, okay, Victor Wembanyama is he's going to be the greatest player in the history of the sport, maybe. And the Wizards one's like,
oh, God.
This is not good.
I'll have another episode later today talking about the Mark Cuban thing. And go check out Slightly Biased YouTube channel. Good stuff happening all there, streaming all the time. And cool stuff. Go check out the links in the description, QR code, different things like that. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked on Mavs. Peace out. Boom!
The sun will come up.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, but someday.
Oh, yeah, it's going to rain, right?